Hey everybody. Okay, this is kyanite. It's not just some crazy junky thing. This is aluminum crystal. It's so beautiful. Okay, clearing. All right, let's get into it. I'm just gonna do a check-in, all the daily divine check-in aspects here. I'm going to do feminines and masculines and see kind of what they would say to each other about all of those aspects at this time. So thank you, Divine Creator. What can we see for the divine feminines and the divine masculines that join me here? How are each thinking and feeling about the connection and their counterpart? How are they each wishing to manifest and actions each are wishing to take at this time? What are the biggest challenges from each side of the dynamic at this time? And what are the solutions and the directions that each are feeling to go in? I'm looking at the Empress that turned over in this deck. It's not coming out at this time, but it was there, so abundance is in the mix. All right, so conscious mind about the connections. Feminines have the King of Swords in the inverse and Spirit has a plan. So feminines right now are really trying to trust divine plan. King of Swords is accounting, legal matters. It can be communication, like final communication, impeccable speech, definite choices, firm decisions, clarity. That's in the inverse. So is Spirit has a plan. So feminines right now, about the whole connections, the feminines are feeling a little bit ungrounded in what is possible and the timing of things and where things are at on their side of it, your side of it. There's some kind of ambiguity. What are the masculines considering? Okay, we got two of those. Ooh, the new beginning, Four of Swords and Knight of Wands. So it's really sinking in that you are their passionate choice, feminines. These masculines, you're wanting to take a leap of faith because I heard no ka'oi. That is Hawaiian for no better. There is nothing better. So that's a sexual energy I'm getting here, passionate. So feminines, your masculines are really wanting to take a leap fully towards this connection. And feminines, you might be feeling this kind of pull in the dynamic. Masculines, this could be, you know, your feminine seems to be surrendering to a higher plan and not so tunnel focus on you or themselves. It's sort of a surrendering motion, letting go, not of the connection, but of control, of the need to feel like they have some kind of certainty to cling to. That's being released. So masculines are turned on by that. It's radical, I just heard. What are the feminines thinking of their counterpart? They're hanging on. Okay, act as if in the inverse, chameleon spirit. So feminines don't know how to move in their reality right now, to be. It's almost like they just need to hover and wait something out, to take the guard off of their heart and uncurl, potentially. There's something about no news is good news as far as the rate that this connection is being moved forward. Feminines are softening into releasing panic or concern or skepticism. There seems to be, you know, this Four of Coins sometimes has a person holding a disc in front of their heart, protecting their heart. In this depiction, The feminine has removed that and is now looking at this construct objectively. And so feminines are realizing they don't have to be self-conscious about how they should or shouldn't navigate this connection. They can just be authentic, whatever's coming up, however they're feeling. They can come into their feminine energy and they don't have to wear a mask. What are the masculines thinking of their feminine? Wow, I grabbed a bunch. Okay, we'll take them. They are opening their minds. It's sinking in that the worst has passed. Some kind of clarity with the third eye illuminated is coming in for the masculines about a perception shift. The Son of Pentacles for me can be a stubborn tunnel vision energy, but in the inverse, it's like rethinking certain things, not so fixed on a particular outcome or an objective or the way it should appear. So there's something here where the masculines are finding trust that even though these connections seemed a bit non-traditional to begin with, it's sinking in that it might be better than more conventional, safe connections in some way. There's some sort of creative, open-minded, surprising turn of events or perception that the masculines are being supported by. Something about the unpredictability of the feminine's choices and methods and ways about them is delighting the masculines. So feminines, you might not feel like a lot is going on your side of the energy, but you just being you has done something game-changing on your masculine side. In some regard, you just being you is the magic ticket here to allow your masculine to see that life can be sweet. Because we're getting the Princess of Cups to clarify that. So it's like just your unguarded, genuine energy is renewing your masculine's faith in love. Oh, what are these feminines feeling on the heart space? High Priestess and be playful in the inverse. So this is a merciful, humble kind of energy. It feels like something right now that the feminines are not able to know the answer to, or how it will turn out, or what's going to happen next. It's really causing the feminines to have to drop into this humility and mercy, patience. And they're longing to have more playful energy coming in, but right now they have to be at a stillness. There's a stillness that the feminines are having to embody, knowing that in time, playful energy will emerge again, but right now, there's a waiting game. And I'm getting that that can be, that it's not necessarily between the counterparts, it's extenuating circumstances. What can we see for the masculines? The release of karmic situations, too many energies being involved, too many fluffy thoughts, thoughts that don't produce value, and letting go of control issues with the Emperor here. So masculines are no longer trying to micromanage everything. They're more in favor of what feels right to them rather than trying to take on the world, the weight of the world. So on the heart space, feminines, you've been influencing your masculines to become more essential with what they invest in and connect with. They don't have to be the saviors for all the things. And you're also learning that right now. I'm getting that the feminines are learning how to be in their feminine and not have to forcefully work at making relationships happen in their lives. They almost can't right now. And so it's a humbling process. And in turn, the grace that the feminines are embodying, the masculines are taking notes and realizing they don't want to be involved in drama and volatile energy. This resonance of peace is calling them home, I just heard. Oh, what's on the heart of hearts for their masculine? The Hierophant and lay a solid foundation. So, I mean, this is heavenly decreed that peace and grace and patience, all the things love is, that is being anchored here on a solid foundation. And the feminines have this higher guidance. They have a great deal of faith that this is what this temperance process is doing for the connections, and that the high priest here, they are partly channeling this into this reality. They're seeing you channel this in, masculines, and they know it's this reciprocal foundation that's being laid that's more divinely guided than hashed out between the two of you. What are the masculines? Oh, awakening, gone but not gone, and the universe, ascension. So we get the Judgment card, which is the major arcana right before the world, and that's the universe card in this deck, the other deck. So we're getting like a 1, 2, and into the new timelines. There is an awakening about why these connections haven't come in fully faster. So there's a revelation happening right now, and there's that dove of peace. So both are anchoring this foundation of peace. Hot and heavy, volatile passion, makeup sex, yo-yo, karmic things, breakups, drama loops, all of that stuff ain't got nothing on these connections that have this energetically solid foundation. So these masculines are elevating their own perceptions of what love is. It's game changer energy. What can we see for what the feminines want to manifest next? There's that gone but not gone, trust in divine detours. So there's a great deal of unconditional love about how fast these connections are or are not coming together, and all the different tangents and side quests that have happened. Yeah, so feminines are kind of seeing an overview that it all adds diversity and pattern to the tapestry that's being created here between the two. It's quite artistic when you look at it that way. It's nuanced, it's finesse, it's intimate, it's unique to the collaboration of each pair of counterparts here. And the feminines are learning to adore that, like they wouldn't have it any other way. What are the masculines wanting to manifest? Well, they want to be more proactive. They want to be more action taking. They want to be more tolerant too. We've got the Four of Cups, which is kind of clinging to the glory days being in the past. They don't want the glory days just to be in the past. They want to have new memories that supersede anything that's happened in the past. We have the Eight of Cups and the Four of Cups. We also had the Eight of Cups for the masculines in the inverse. The odds of that are just kind of mind-blowing, you know, whenever that stuff happens, where we get the same card in different decks for both counterparts. it's mirroring. But the 4 is half of the 8, and we've got this 8 for each. And so both are pulling their assessments from the past more into the present right now, which means we're closing the gap and we're no longer being tethered back in the past. We're now able to be more present, more activated now rather than stuck in the past. So both are wanting to let go of whatever's come before and let bygones be bygones right now and kind of get on with forward momentum. What can we see for the actions the feminines want to take? Judgment and believe in yourself, both in the inverse. So there's a deep reckoning of self-belief right now for the feminines. The patience and not knowing how things will turn out, the uncertainty, being comfortable in uncertainty here, it really requires that we love ourselves. And so feminines are getting an opportunity to have unconditional love for self and to allow whatever's going to happen to sort of run its course and to allow them just to be present with what is and trust that that is okay, beautiful, enough. So feminines are working on just really, truly, deeply being surrendered in their own energy, in their own wholeness, in their own righteousness, in their own gratitude. What are the masculines' actions? Knight of Swords in the inverse and the burden. So masculines are buckling down and not really talking about the devastating things that they have been overcoming. The challenges, the karmic burden, the struggle, the strife, the gnarl. There's not a lot of really great stuff to report. Like, they don't want to be a downer, feminines. So they haven't been giving you a lot of updates because they've been really doing some grunt work. They've been working pretty hard and they don't want to have to toil so laboriously anymore. They're not talking to you about this, but the 10 of Wands means that whatever this burden is being released. With it in the inverse, it might mean that there are a few sticky subjects or sticky issues that they're really having some challenges understanding the value of in order for it to be fully relinquished. So they're not going to tell you about it until the coast is clear, I'm hearing. What is the biggest challenge for the feminines at this time? Watch and wait. Yeah, just this waiting game. Whatever the feminines, it's managing, mitigating the heartache, the intensity, the pain, the emotionality, the misconceptions, the low vibe stuff, the suffering, while they have to wait out something. Something for the feminines feels, I mean, it doesn't feel as dire as when we're starting to learn patience. It feels like you've got this, feminines. It feels like you could probably say you've never been able to handle this kind of uncertainty or stress test so well. But nonetheless, there is some heartache here. And swords are thoughts, and there could be 3 ways you're looking at your circumstances right now, feminines, that you could swap out for a better feeling perception. Just a suggestion, see if you can pinpoint 3 ways you are interpreting your reality or circumstances that don't feel on the up and up, and see if you can challenge yourself to transmute those into some more productive or better feeling way of looking at things. It might require that you take action, or that one of these shifts in perception would be something that you would rather see that isn't happening, and that can still be an objective to get to, that doesn't require you to just, you know, paint a woo-woo picture over something and pretend it's all good. Spiritual bypassing. So if you are dealing with real circumstances that are beyond your control, you can at least set a goal or a marker into the future of how it could get better, and you might be able to then see some steps you can take to get in that direction. It's not just perception, it can be actionables as well. And for the masculines, what are we seeing? Oh wow, we've got the Three of Swords and the World. For the second time, we've got the World. That's the Ascension card, and the Three of Swords to mirror here with the feminines. So both have a challenge right now, that things, both are getting an opportunity to have patience before these final things are released so that the two can be together, I just heard. I know we got some readings a while ago about union energies coming in, and for some that did happen. For those who are still around here, it was a really good catalyst to get down to this real world push. You know, sometimes the energetic, the emotional, the conscious mind is aware of these things, but we still have to do it in the densest realm, which is the physical. And so, yes, we can want those things with all of our hearts and know that it's coming, but that doesn't change the fact that we still need to do things in the physical for it to be so on every level and ground into the material realm. And so union energies and those messages can come in at many different levels, and you alone know where yours is at on your journey. But I see this being a really definite holding space for these things to come into the physical. What can we see for the solutions for the feminines? Three of Wands, watch and wait. We got watch and wait. Often when I see this card, I say watch and wait. Look at this person watching and waiting, looking out over the horizon, and peacock spirit, let it shine. Okay, speak that which you wish to see into the world. Show the world the real you. The peacock is fanned here, and how beautiful, stunning, exquisite, and the throat chakra expressing the truth. So speak your intentions out. Even if you do that to your empty space in your home when no one else can hear but God, you know, speak that you wish to see out into the world. Set your heart's intentions out there and then ask and it is given. What can we see for the solution for the masculines? Ooh, the Blasted Tower and the Mother of Pentacles. This is the wifey energy. It's in the inverse. Okay, so an internal tower means an aha moment that comes out of nowhere. I'm really just hearing that these masculines are going to suddenly see how much the one you really are for them, and that it's actually within their reach to partner with you, feminines. Whatever this burden, whatever they are ascending out of, is sufficiently clearing to start the appropriate focus on partnership with you. Domestic energies, cohabitation, that's all coming into sight here. So feminines, You might be setting some intentions that you want to live with your counterpart, or commit in whatever way that is going to resonate for the two of you. What can we see with the energies in the near future? The Devil in the inverse, time for beginner's mind. That's also in the inverse. So that could be naive energy and the emerging curiosity that happens when we start a maturation process. But it can also be that there is such a foundation here that when this kicks off again, whatever these material realm hindrances have been that are being overcome and released, the karma, the clarity, you're now wiser and you're not starting from square one with this person. So feminines are really understanding this. There has been, through thick and thin, good times and bad, sickness and health, there has been a deep dive in these connections, and it's not square one. You have a firm foundation of knowing each other. Wow, and justice in the material realm. So masculines have justice in the inverse. We've got the Devil and justice in the inverse. This speaks of karmic clearing once and for all in the physical. So in the physical, these connections, the last stone to be turned is going to be the final legal decisions, financial things, any obstacles, any devil energies, any immovable objects are being cleared in the physical here. And both seem to know that it's coming down to that. Let's see, what emotion can we most focus on here for the feminines? Balance, I bring a state of perfect harmony to my world, and I do so without judgment. So whatever you're clearing right now, feminines, it's important that you're not judgy. It's important that you neutralize and balance out, and you don't have any more polarizing things. If you're in a polarized energy with your karma, it will not be released. If you're in a polarized mode with your masculine, you won't come into union. So it's about balancing, and that is a first-person relationship with self and the divine. What can we see for masculines? Surrender. I can release my need to control. That came out in the neutral. So you're meant to take leadership based in righteousness, masculines, but you're not meant to force egoic will onto things, desires, instant gratification, shortcuts. You're not meant to be knee-jerk. You're meant to be considerate. I don't know why this looks so much like a fertilizing egg. Something about conception here, that can be timing, that can be passion projects, it can also be biological clock stuff. So masculines, take that how it resonates, whatever you're surrendering the pressure of, external or internal. I release my need to control, trusting divine plan. Inner feminine union, that's a very, surrender is a very yin feminine energy. And so by allowing yourself internally to do that deep surrender, you can be more present to take action when duty calls, I just heard. Okay, many blessings. Bye for now.